All right, all right, all right. So, first of all, I got hair getting crazy. Let's start with you guys know what this is. This is Behind the Shot Monday. Now, this is where generally I talk about what I'm going to shoot, what we have shot, and a basic plan of what we did. But here's what happened. Last week, I had a buddy, and he is putting together a scary movie, a horror flick, not flicked. But he was gonna hook up with me out in Monterey. We were gonna shoot these and not shoot them, but make the sounds together, because we're friends and I'm collaborating with him. So, in the middle of us getting together, an emergency happened. Not a bad emergency, actually a good emergency. Um, but it required him to be there. So, with that being said, everything kind of went south for the recording of the sounds. Now, don't get me wrong, for Cool on Friday, I do have some beds, some ambient sounds for you to sleep to or relax to. We got that, just not the ones I wanted to. Now, these sounds and these videos aren't going away, they're just postponed. Just postponed, let's say that. Now, moving forward, this week, I've got another commission job. Well, kind of commissioned. And what that is, I bought this little soup can microphone a while ago for some friends who were doing plays for the Sacramento uh, acting group, the Sacramento Plays Company. Let me think. The Sacramento. Yeah, there's an acting group in Sacramento. So, anyways, a while ago, a friend of mine does these plays for the acting group in Sacramento, community plays, and they had this play, and through most of the play, there is a old radio playing, and this is set back like in the early 50s. This play, there's an old radio that plays. My task for her was to make the radio announcements throughout the play. So I got this. This is a soup can microphone. There's a contact mic in the bottom here, and it makes it sound like a PA, like a old radio. Now, my thought on this, I have to go do some different things for them this week. But my thought was, for stock clips for to sell in my stock library, I could do some interesting things with this. This is how you repurpose stuff. I could do some interesting things with this. The first thing is, how about a fast food joint. I clicked on the TV the other day in a hotel room, and there's a ton of fast food stuff going on. But I could mimic a fast food order. Now, I could just roll through and record it, but what if I could have the speaker come out, hey, thanks for, welcome to Carl's Jr., how can I take your order? But do it like it's coming through that cheesy ass speaker that's down there. That makes it authentic. So I thought I could do that, use this, and it could be any, because it's sound, it could be anything I wanted. It could be any fast food, McDonald's, Burger King, Carl's Jr., Jack in the Box, any of them. Now, just by taking that sound and making those clips, that's a different asset. So, drive in, do the sound, record the ambient sound of drive it in. It's like picture a commercial showing a car driving into the drive-through like Sonic. The voice that comes over the speaker could be whatever I want. This leads to custom recordings too. So a lot of the times, a lot of my stock stuff, I'll have a customer who will buy from me constantly, and then they'll contact me directly and ask me to do custom stuff for them. So that opens the door for something like this. Then I started thinking, what about grocery stores? Walmart, the regular, Safeway, Rayleigh's. I don't know if you're listening, if you have a Rayleigh's there, but we have a Rayleigh's here. Rayleigh's, different things. Then I started thinking, what about airports? Airports would be great. Can you imagine having the ambient sound of an airport tucked in low on a commercial? A guy walking with his roller. And I would be the PA. This does real well for that. Now, again, it leads to custom stuff. Whoever's got a commercial going, I could say whoever's name, whatever it takes to convey that message they're having. And all with stock. And so there would be a ton of things that I could make with that. Now, thinking more, train stations. Think about doing the same thing, but with a train depot. Amtrak. Hospitals. Late at night at a hospital. You know how many insurance commercials are on today? We could do whatever custom work they wanted because I can be the PA for something like that. What else? What else can we do? What else would be great to do this effect? Marinas, restaurants, bars, all from a little can. This thing probably cost me $30. I could have probably made it for $7. Just food for thought, because that's what I do on Mondays. And also, I had a comment about too much background, and I agree with that. because on my Monday videos, it's just about me talking. So there really doesn't have to be any background. So on this one, I left a little bit of room noise, just a little bit. So you got a little bit of presence. But what I'm doing next week is I'm going out and recording some of these ambient sounds in a grocery store, in a department store, maybe an airport. And I am going to make these sound effects. If everything goes right and nobody has a baby and has to go, which it'll just be me and I don't plan on having any kids, I'll pull this off next week. This is a real interesting way to be creative that a lot of people don't think about. Now, this is my Monday Behind the Sounds video. I hope you liked it. And you have to excuse me, I keep looking up here. I shouldn't apologize all the time because that gets irritating too, but I keep looking at my levels. But that's where we're at. We're starting this whole program. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. You guys have a good night.